Hi, Cancer. So we have this Four of Autumn in the kind of the past position. We have the unrequited love here at Cancer, and we have the Ten of Chalices, right? And this Four of Autumn energy for you right now, Cancer, it looks like again this idea of kind of maybe clinging a little bit to something from the past that's still lingering, that happened in the past. And I think it's a love that maybe wasn't able to be either consummated or you were kept from for some reason, or it just never seemed to work out. And there's a little bit of you that's kind of looking back as I see it here. And we also have the Ten of Chalices, which is kind of this idea of completion around it. Emotional completion around it is what I'm feeling for you in this position of kind of the past. There's an offering, but here regarding this individual, but maybe it just never quite took off. But I do see there's a possibility here in the present position with the Six of Summer from possibly someone from your past returning, and these energies kind of being at play again as you begin to look at kind of how you were in the past, how you were maybe with this couple or this crush that you had. And the ego card comes up as well. So it could be that this person who, and again, with this idea of clinging to the past, clinging to something that was in your past, a person possibly, or just a way that you used to behave in the past, the way that you were treated in the past, and then it's kind of coming back in again with this person who may show up again in your life. It may not have been someone that you were with romantically, especially since we have that unrequited love. It may be someone that you never actually were romantically connected to physically, but maybe someone that you know. And it's got the ego card associated with it here, Cancer. So for you, I kind of feel like this ego card is there's something about this person that kind of plays off your a darker side of your nature, it feels like. Or again, it could be even just a pattern of the way that you were sort of treated back then a little bit coming in here. But what's really, really nice, there's a lot of energy around this. Even this Queen of Swords, she's kind of looking, this is in the present position, she's kind of looking into the past in some way. She's looking at this portrait of this person, and with this idea that, she has to kind of cut those ties. She's kind of reflecting upon that. It goes very, very much with this kind of energy in the present position. But what's really nice is we have this divine timing. And so, these energies are coming back up to kind of be looked at. If they don't show up in the form of a person coming back in, it's an energy that's at play here. It's kind of, which makes sense with Mercury retrograde. I think Mercury retrograde is still going on, but it's just this idea of things from the past coming back up. And this card is just letting you know that there's divine timing around this. Like, you're being asked to look at it again. It's either a person or sort of a pattern in love, and work on it. Continue to work on the egoic energies around it. Which it's going to show up differently for everyone, Cancer. But for some of you, it could be this idea that there's something about that person that's always just out of reach, or that you're just not quite able to get. They're always holding you a little bit at arm's length, so it creates a little bit of anxiety. There's also this idea of too much attachment to that person, really desiring that person, wanting that person, and feeling as though you'll never get it. Some fear and worry around that. All of that kind of coming up as we kind of go forward after this energy comes back in. But part of the lesson here is to love yourself first and foremost, no matter who gives you what you want or don't want, no matter who shows up, no matter what circumstances show up, because this ego card is a pattern that you're kind of playing with during this time period, Cancer, and it's coming into your life for a reason. It's coming into your life so that you can kind of gain more mastery of it and learn more about the ways that your ego can control you and the ways that you can gain control of your ego. And it could also be showing up just in terms of, too much alcohol, drugs, this kind of energy. It's not uncommon during the holidays to eat too much, drink too much, kind of give into some of those lower energies, because we're kind of many times thrust back into family situations where no matter how much work we've done upon ourselves, suddenly we feel as though we're young again, or we're thrust into a family position. Maybe you're a leader in your field, but when you go back home, you're still like the youngest child, or that kind of energy. So, and that can kind of play in here as well. But loving yourself first and foremost, reminding yourself that you are the first lover of you, Cancer, always. That will just help you to get out of your ego here. And then we have this this Knight of Pentacles energy, which is the beginning of something, an offering that's being made. It goes with this divine timing that's worth waiting for. Like there is something, even if you're coupled, it may not be that there's someone coming back that you have to worry about for you or your partner, but it's more about an energy kind of coming in. It's going to play out differently for everybody. But here we have this offering, a brand new beginning, the potential for something, a ripening of desire, a ripening of the real love that you want. Say you're partnered and you feel an energy coming back in, or you meet an ex or someone with whom you've always kind of wanted to get together in the past, but now you're with someone and this energy comes in and you kind of play with the idea or toy with the idea, like maybe I could kind of get together with this person. Maybe you're, you and your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend are split up during the holidays, and you go home and then there's like someone from your past who kind of returns that you always kind of had a crush on. You kind of play with the idea, like maybe we could just get together, and but I think you begin to realize that just really only hurts you more than anyone else. And it says here we have your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So the more that you can kind of hold your own ground and be who you know yourself to be, the more that you will be able to continue to offer the best parts of yourself to your real love, the true love, either the partner, your real partner, not just the tantalizing prospect here of someone else, or the partner who's coming in for you, Cancer. So some really interesting energies for you there. But what's really, really nice is that under the deck we do have the Nine of Summer, which is kind of this underlying energy of your dreams are coming true for you, Cancer. And so whatever is this pattern or person coming back in, maybe remember that you've worked hard to get to this place, and your dreams are coming true, regardless of whether you're single or coupled. So love yourself first and foremost, and know that the right person, when it feels right for you, it will actually feel expansive as opposed to needy or graspy or anything like that. And then we also have the Retreat card. It's time to disconnect from the world. And so there will be this kind of energy, I think, as well, kind of circulating here, underlying your day-to-day life, where you're kind of wanting to have a little bit of a time out, either if you're coupled or not. It may even be a desire to retreat with your partner for a little bit of solitude, just the two of you to reconnect. But for some of you, I think it's going to be more of an internal kind of like, I need to retreat from the whole dating scene, or I need to retreat from these older patterns that I'm trying to get away from. It could be old patterns regarding drugs and alcohol coming in here. It's going to be different for everybody. It's a general reading. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles here as another sort of underlying energy, which is kind of being patient with yourself and allowing the energies to kind of play out as they play out, holding your own ground so that they don't play out in a way that you feel like damaged by. You're in control of them by the way that. So we have here the Ego card, right? And it's about this idea of taking action after you have a plan in mind. It's about pausing and considering your options. It's about pausing, having patience. Maybe you are waiting for someone to return to you. Maybe you're waiting for these patterns to kind of dissipate a bit more. But it looks like it may have something to do with an air sign with this King of Winter. So it could be an air sign coming in. Maybe it's someone from the past returning to kind of, so you can look at the energy differently and work it differently. Or maybe your partner is an air sign, sun, moon, or rising. But that's what that Ego's a card. So somehow it's associated to potentially an air sign. If it's not an air sign, it could just be someone who kind of has those qualities of being more sort of cerebral, living in the world of concepts and ideas a bit more. Okay, I hope you find that helpful. I wish you much love, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year.